Good evening, and it's Assetto Corsa Competizione evening, and we're just about to start qualifying, just waiting for a few cars to go out. This is round 1 of season 4, and contrary yet again to all the weather info given to us in practice, it's a really warm track. It's about 6 degrees or 8 degrees warmer than it was for all our practice runs. So I've been desperately trying to lower my tyre pressures. So we don't burn the tyres up and get a decent lap in, so it's going to be quite challenging this.
Okay Stevie, we've got 13 minutes to get the job done.
So an out lap now, get the tyres warmed up. We're at the Nurburgring for round 1. This track did not feature in the last season. It was the time trial. We like this one as a time trial circuit. So quite a lot of people, I think, are used to doing timed laps around here. So there's some quite quick times, even for our tier. I think it was 10 for 11 for just now in practice. We'll just put a slow banker in here. I've come out with far too much fuel. In fact, I've got far too much fuel. I haven't got time for messing around. We're nearly back round. We'll box in and we'll correct the fuel. That's a result of messing around in practice.
He'll be very aware that races can be won or lost in the pit lane. He's coming in for fuel and a fresh set of tyres.
Okay, let's try the right amount fuel this time. It's what, 11 litres. Right, try
The
again.
leader's just done a 157.68. Watch your mirrors, there's a car approaching.
The blue flag is
cars
being
coming
waved.
through. Now it's about my best plans. I'm in the middle of the pack.
Yellow flag. All right, Stevie, 10 minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left.
Plenty of time to do a lap, really. I think we might get 2 outings. Getting a lot of scrubbing from the tyres. I can feel it through the wheel. And Kunos have been improving the game. If you scrub your tyres too much, they will grain quite a lot to punish you.
The leader has just done a 1:57.00.
Okay, so best time so far is a 57. Which in my practice runs offline was doable for me. But we saw 56s in the practice session just now. So we think that people should be beating that, I think.
P24.
Right, I'd set proper lap now.
Something's happened. The yellow flags are out.
And from a description in the briefing, to be honest, it might not be a good idea to qualify well. It sounded like there was a lot of trouble in last night's practice race on the start procedure. Watch me end up about 8th. And we're in the McLaren 720S this time around. I was in the Porsche GT3 RS.
Sector 1 is 0.43.
Compared with his previous time,
Last
I can
season.
see that he's actually slower there.
But one of the things I did in between race seasons on this was 1,000 kilometres at Silverstone, and I'd watched an SRO online race at Silverstone, and the McLaren's dominated proceedings, so we checked it out and it was a very good car. So we decided to take it, and I'm going to take a bit of a gamble, but I'm going to stick with it for this season. Got a low fuel warning, but it's not a problem, we can make an extra lap. Oh, missed a gear. Oh. I barely made the corner.
Your front brakes are pretty hot now.
It didn't drop down fast enough. Oh, it's going all over the show here. This will be over 2 minutes. Told you, 201.
Sector 3 is 2.5.
Well, that's actually slower than his best qualifying lap today.
I don't know what happened there at the end of that lap. Wouldn't slow down.
White flag.
What's going on with the car? It's not handling well.
I think there's some kind of incident. I can see yellow flags.
Sector 1 is 1.4.
Well, that's actually slower than his best qualifying lap today.
Okay, Stevie, 5 minutes to go, 5 minutes left.
Looks barely level at the moment, but I've made such a hash of these last couple of corners, I might make up some time. It's better, turn in,
Okay,
curb,
let's have a look at the
curb.
qualifying time so far.
0.38.
Unfortunately, he's not as fast as his best intermediate.
Going on 2 seconds up nearly.
22nd place. Sector 3 is 0.6.
Okay, we're out of fuel,
Compared
gonna
with
pull
his
off.
previous times, I can see that he's actually slower
Jump back to the
there.
pits.
Blue flag.
Okay, I'm gonna knock out a little bit of fuel. No one, let's just go.
There's traffic behind, take care. Clear left.
That's a blue flag.
Your brakes are cold, take it easy.
A lot of traffic coming through.
There must be an accident. The yellow flags are out.
So let's get round here. And we should get one more flying lap in. We've got 3 minutes of quality time left.
Yellow flag ahead, be careful.
Cars everywhere.
Just 2 minutes left, 2 minutes to go. The guy behind has just done a 159.15.
I think there's some kind of incident. I can see yellow flags.
B24.
Car really isn't gripping very well in these conditions. That was not brilliant. Yeah, losing time now.
Checker flags out, B25.
Yellow flag ahead, watch out. Session is now over.
Oh dear. About 58.3 there. Ideally I'd have been getting to 57 something, but it would have only been about half a second faster. And P21. So back to the pits, and let's work on the race setup because so pole was a 155. That's quick for this tier. Where's my teammate? Nins is 13th, 1.8, and 2.4, about half a second between us. Right, race setup loaded. And as soon as the track's very, very warm, We need to knock up 1 psi off. Seems low. Oh, I ended the session. Just wait for it to advance. Okay, look at the setup. Let's log that hot lap setup. And yeah, 26.4. That was too high a pressure, so so fiddly setting these tyre pressures. Okay, we're on pads 2, set, fuel, 111 litres. Wait for drive to be enabled. Okay, 1 hour session coming up. 2 minutes and 26 seconds to a session start. Lots of people in chat discussing how they're possibly racing on a controller, and I'm here with thousands of pounds worth of kit going slower. Or they've taken a huge break from racing. I've been doing manual starts with the ignition. I don't think I will do it. I'm not going to take a risk in a race without more practice. Okay, there'll be a formation lap before we actually start the race. It's a rolling start for these races. Should have Cohen directly behind us, Brandon directly ahead of us, Maloto, someone get in there, he's off to the left. Just ahead of us. Drive enabled. And Stone Cold tyres. That's a very blue shade of blue. Eight seconds.
Stay single file.
Okay, we'll use the automated in-game starting procedure where it gives us a zone to drive within. While we do the warm-up lap, try and get our tyres warm. Let's turn on the ABS a little. TC up as well. Come on, Brandon.
Low tire pressure, stay away from curbs.
Slow getaway there from Brandon in front of us. Didn't see anybody disappear, which meant they'll have been off to the pits for having not pressed drive. Something that caught me out my first race. Now we do ghosting on this formation lap, which is good. I mean, everybody can take us out by being foolish. Oh, damn. I think I loaded this setup, but didn't alter the brake duct settings. So my front disc might get a bit warm. Too late now. Have to live with it. So much a pain in the bum the way that they give you the weather report for the server and you practice and set up for it, and then when you get there it's 10 degrees warmer. And this guy is to the right, but he's not quite in his zone. So I should be on the inside for T1, which is probably the best place to be.
B21. Okay, Stevie, get ready.
He's getting position, Brandon. He's don't know what he's doing. He's just loitering around.
Go! On your left. Clear left.
Car on the left.
Left side. He's still there.
Clear on the left.
Hold your line. Still there. Car left. He's still there.
Car on the left.
He's still there. Hold your line. Still
Clear
there.
on the left.
Clear left. Decent start. We can build something from here.
Somebody sort of half spin out in front of us then, but we got around the back of him. I think it's created a bit of a gap, and we're all the way up to P11 of all places. We've got very cold tyres to try and get around that corner then.
Car right.
This guy's a little bit
Clear
kamikaze, I think. Oh, it's Mr. Crawford.
He's been standing up in the seat of that car all weekend, really driving the wheels off it.
P15.
I raced with Mr. Crawford last season. Last year. He seemed
Okay, Stevie.
He's closing the gap.
1.5. On your right.
to not be too happy when
Still
I
there.
Clear on the right.
Clear
had somebody
right.
else ask me to race with him, and I said, yeah, no problem. So he might have a bit of a
On
grudge.
your right. Hold your line. Still there.
Somebody just to the right of me, which is quite interesting.
Clear on the right.
Still there. Clear right.
happened. The yellow flags are out.
Car on the right.
Looks like P6 has gone off in turn 15. Car right.
On the right.
Clear right.
Oh, what was that?
Right side. Right side's clear.
Oops, a daisy.
There's a car rejoining.
Well done, mate. Fastest lap so far.
Okay. Come out of all of that on lap 1, which is exciting, in P12. Oh, what's wrong with this car? Not sure what's going on with the car there. It just, the rear end just locked up.
The gap behind is now 1.6.
Cost us a couple of places, so let's try and get them back. By not spinning.
Car right.
Clear on the right.
Right side's clear. Left side.
That was interesting.
Left.
Clear left. V14. Car right. Still there. Clear right. Car right.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Clear right.
Okay, so the Porsche really threw it up the inside there at one of the last corners, and if I'd have turned in, it would have been curtains. Can I expect something the same at the hairpin if he gets half a chance?
The gap in front has increased to 3.4 seconds.
I think he was thinking about it. Couldn't make it stick. On the fight hard for 14th. I think I've remembered why the car won't stop. It's full of fuel.
There's a white flag. There's an incident in the chicane. We think it might be Wilson. The leader has just done a 158.32.
Keeps trying it on that. The corner.
Ahead has just done a 158.02.
Well done, mate. Fastest lap so far. There's a car exiting mid lane.
Brake temperatures look
It's
good.
going to be interesting.
Car right. Clear right. Car left. He's still there.
Car on the left.
He's still there. Still there. Hold your line. Clear left.
I don't know what Fionnet's doing, but he's getting in the way quite a bit. He's right in the apex of the corner.
The gap in front has increased. It's now about 1.0 seconds. Incident in the chicane. The leader has just done a 157.85. White flag, mate. Don't panic, you've got time to sort this out. 15th place. Yellow flag. There's an incident in turn 1. White flag. Car right. Still there. Still there.
Car on the right.
Hold your line.
Clear on the
Clear right. Okay, Stevie, the next car is Cohen.
It's requiring a lot of concentration, this.
The gap behind is now 0.5. Your front brakes are getting pretty hot. Okay, Stevie, keep it nice and smooth. Come on, let the race come to us. 14th.
Tyres are getting too hot. Getting them brake duct settings. I want to overcut that corner. But so's Cohen.
Car left.
Clear on the left.
Clear left.
Every time I gain a position, I lose it as well at the same
Incident in turn
time.
5. Looks like it's Cohen.
And we're only 12 minutes in. It's certainly a more entertaining race already so far than 2 races last night in Formula 3. can just about get away with these tyre pressures at the moment.
Stay on it. This isn't over yet. E14.
Tyres are very warm. A bit like me at the moment, really.
There's a white flag.
Oh, come on, turn.
There must be an accident. The yellow flags are out.
There's an incident in turn 4.
Somebody's gone off. That's Heath, but he's a lap down.
There's a white flag. There's an incident in turn 5. It looks like Wilson.
Nearly an incident for me as well. It's like somebody's put oil down on the track. So Maloto's closing in on us. He's quite a nippy driver. It's about nearly crashing a couple of corners ago.
This is now 0.26.
This is PB so far for this race.
White flag.
That put me off. Trying to leave some of the pressure on those front brakes, try and reduce the temperature, get the tyre pressures down at the front by moving the bias towards the back. Gonna make trip braking ticky. I think Maloto's going to get me at some point. He's definitely closing in. He's only 0.2 of a second. He's trying up the inside a bit
The gap in
now.
front is now
Oh, and I'm off.
3.2. Your brake temperatures are okay. Car right. Right side's clear.
Clear on the right.
Come on, Stevie.
That's,
Oh, no!
This is a driver who's a lap down, so not a problem. But I did instantly lose that place to Maloto. Obviously.
The leader has just done a 157.42.
I've lost a second that lap. It's 5 seconds back to my nearest threat now, who's Hill. I need to be looking forwards, not backwards. Maybe try and put Maloto under some pressure. Got 45 minutes or so to do it as well.
B15.
Okay. Nice slidey turn through a corner. Thank you. Oh, we're not there yet.
Right side's clear.
Thank you. Oh dear, I think you went off doing that. I do need to close in on this lot in front of me. The three of them are coming together.
The gap is growing.
2.0.
Front end of the car's just wandering around all over the place. If only I could adjust the brake duct setting at the pit stop, but I can't. Oh, I followed my Loto then. Bit of an excursion. I think what we will do is we'll look towards dropping the pressure on the front tyres by half a bar at the pit stop. Oh, I've got real problems. The car just won't stop. Turn ABS up a little. Traction control down. Both me and my Loto, I think, are losing time badly due to handling. Now my tyres are going yellow, so they're overheating. Which you can feel from the handling.
You've just done a 202.22.
Lap times are really slow. Oh, I'm not going to stop again. Oh my god, this is going to be worse. Got hit barriers. Oh, just missed it. And I've got Cohen closing in on me because I just can't get the car handling. It's just gone to pieces. It just won't turn or anything. Front brakes are on fire. I really need to stop listening to Nins and his advice on brake duct setting.
The gap is growing.
7.9.
Yeah, I've lost a dozen seconds or so to the Loto.
The gap to Cohen behind is now 0.5. Left side,
Clear on the left.
clear left. On your right, clear right.
That lapse in concentration has cost him the lead.
I don't agree, Murray. It's the
Yellow flag in sector 1.
massively over temperature tyres that's cost me the lead.
P16.
Okay, so I've changed the front tire pressures, dropped them by 1 bar. I think I'll do a couple more laps. We're getting into the pit lap window really for 30 minutes.
Incident in turn 1.
Now we've got drivers around us pitting now.
Yellow flags are out.
White flag, mate.
Looks like I'm not the only one having issues. That's Legrandi's a lap down.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
There's an incident in turn 5. There's a white flag.
There's quite a number of lapped cars in front of me, so some of the cars we're seeing are not cars that I'm fighting against.
White flag. On your right. Clear right.
I think the weight of the car is starting to get into a range where it's easier for me to drive now. But it's a bit too late now. I'm already dropped way down the field.
14th.
And leaving your brake until far too late won't help either. So we're wasting a lot of time. I've had a lot of offs, more offs in this race than I've had in 2 or 3 races in other seasons.
Gap in front has increased to 5.8.
I'm pretty sure it was Cohen who was in front of me, and now there's a different car between us. So either Cohen's made a pass, or maybe it's somebody who's pitted and come out. I don't think I'm that far down now. We'll pit this lap. Try and get some tyres that are going to work better at the front. Still orange, overpressured, but I think it's the heat in them that's the biggest worry. Now dropping pressure, I'm not sure is going to help that much. We'll see.
Just entered the pit lane to make a stop.
When we leave the pits, we think we'll be in P19, immediately behind P21.
Okay. That doesn't sound good.
Ferguson behind is pitting now.
That's doubly off-putting. Right. 30 seconds. Everything went wrong, overshot the place. There's a car right in our pit stop, which is a bit off-putting. Right, let's see how these tyres do with lower pressures. Well, we've not had a very good lap race so far. I think ideally we'd like to make a few places up towards the last 30 minutes. 2 seconds, 1 second.
It's not clear.
The leader is pitting now. The pit exit's clear. Your brake temperatures are fine, mate. Okay, Stevie, halfway home. Fuel looks good.
So I've got pretty cold tyres now, pretty low pressures. To try and counteract the massive brake temperatures, putting a lot of heat in them and putting the pressures up too high.
There's an incident in turn 5.
6 seconds to
There's an incident
P19.
in turn 6.
And what's worse is
White flag, mate.
we've got the leaders coming up behind us. I can see P2 is not far behind. I don't want to be pulling over really and letting people through. Hopefully they'll pit next lap. And it won't be a problem for me. Well, that is P19 right in front of us. That's the guy we're trying to pass.
There's an incident in turn 10. There's a white flag.
And then the car in front of the guy right in front of us, that's a lap car, and the other one in front of that is Garin, who we were racing before. So I can catch up with him again. That's good. And it'd be even better if those cars behind me pit.
The lead car's pitting. Incident in turn 15.
Oh, P19's pitted, so let's take that out of the
19.
equation.
McCarthy.
Has the lead.
White flag, mate. The gap in front is now 7.0.
Okay, we got 7 seconds to try and close up. And we're all quite evenly paced, so it's going to be quite a challenge.
There's an incident in turn 9.
That's not a factor, that's a lap driver.
Behind is increasing. It's now 15 seconds. All right,
This isn't in front of us, we've probably caught him up quick. It's one of the drivers we were racing at the start of the race, so we're probably balanced out to about where we should be. It's not where I want to be. Definitely don't want to be P17, I want to be higher than this.
P17, your front brakes are getting a bit hot.
The car is exiting the pits, watch out.
The leader is
McCarthy is pitting. Car left, clear left.
Thank you, Winspur.
Cohen is pitting from P3. He should come out just in front of you.
Tires getting hot again. A lot of sliding around going on though. The front end grip on this car is not that fantastic. I found raising the nose helps quite a lot. Corners like this, it just wants to wash out.
That was 2 minutes.
Fast enough. Garen in front of me is doing a 59.
he's closing the gap.
3.4. He's slower than us through turn 10.
Oh, computer thinks I'm closing in on him. That's 4 seconds. I think he's holding steady to himself. It's less than 3 seconds at the moment. Still not enough though. There's a little bit of ABS, which could be dangerous.
B15.
A reversal. This time he did 2 minutes and I did a 59. I was a little bit off track. I think our cars are balancing each other out. I keep closing up at him and then he pulls away again. I think Windspur behind us has found a second wind or something. He's closing up.
Losing to the car ahead of sector 1.
Okay, Stevie. Car right.
Car on the right. Clear on the
Right
right.
side's clear. 20 minutes remaining. You've got 20 minutes left.
Well, maybe I can use Windspur to tow me up to him. Yeah, I was just washing out there. Caught it. Too much of the inside curb there, and it was pulling the car around. But luckily, I managed to catch it before it span out. That'll have cost me dear. At least over as 1.5 seconds lost that lap. It's now 5 seconds to Garin. Still a fairly long way back to Hill. Not impossible for him to close up with me in 15 minutes or so to go before, if I don't pay attention. It's very warm work tonight. very hot weather here in the UK tonight, and despite having a fan on in the background, I'm sweltering. Yeah, Winspur's really got a move on. He's caught up with Garen as well, so I don't know what's happened to him. Put him so far down.
Your lap time was 1:59.59. Sector 1 is 1.5.
Unfortunately, he's not as fast as his best intermediate.
Sector 2 is 0.8.
Well, that's actually slower than his best qualifying lap today.
Sector 3 is 0.36.
Compared with his previous times, I can see that he's actually slower there.
So I seem to be losing most of my time in Sector 2. That wasn't a particularly brilliant Sector 1 from me. 0.35 off the best.
Okay, Stevie.
His lap time is quicker than the car he's chasing.
5.3 seconds.
Oh, that's a bad corner. I'm lucky I kept you on the track then.
Minutes left, that's 15 minutes. White flag.
Garen's had a big moment. Oh, that's a bit of a shame for him, but it gives me a place. Hopefully it wasn't Winspur who tapped him, but Winspur seems fine, so possible when he's going through the Schumacher S's, he caught the curb. That often throws your car straight off the track. Well, Malotto's 22 seconds down the road, I think. Oh, I think somebody might have taken out the brake marker there. Which is unusual, that one doesn't normally bite the dust. That was a bit greedy, that was. But I don't get a ticking off. T1 back there, just off the pit straight, is one of a few turns where I don't really have a brake marker that isn't the brake marker board, and I think the brake marker board's gone missing. I'm going too fast into these corners, well I got away with that one.
Your brake temperatures are okay.
Don't look it to me. Second down. I'm starting to feel some weird vibrations through the wheel and through the pedals even this time. These tyres are starting to protest at the treatment. 12 minutes to go. So that poor Gary must have recovered to the pits, I think. He's now showing a pit down in P27. Car's starting to wander around the track a little bit. We've only got 12 minutes to go. Not the greatest result in the world, but P14 is not too miserable. 20 seconds to Maloto. Yeah, it's gone missing. It's gonna make braking for this corner very hard. Lesson learned there about there's enough roads and stuff off to the left for T1 to figure out a better brake marker that won't get removed by a car going off the track. I'm getting really sloppy here. But I'm going to have to get better at my pre-race checks. I knew from qualifying and practice that I needed to open the brake ducts more. And I didn't. And I've really paid the price in this race
Yellow flag in sector 2.
with front tyres that are just been melting off the car. They're red hot now. Over temperature tyres. Don't grip well. And at the front of this car as well, because it's got poor grip at the front to begin with. Maloto's locked at 20 seconds ahead of us. Should really be able to take the chicane in third, but I'm not sure it's worth the risk. Bit of a power slide there around T1. Sorry, not T1, the last corner. I've no idea which turn number it is.
Sector 1 is 1.6.
Compared with his previous times, I can see that he's actually slower there.
Sector 2 is 1.4 seconds.
Well, that's actually slower than his best qualifying lap today.
We're going to
Sector 3
use...
is 0.6.
Unfortunately, he's not as fast as his best intermediate.
10 minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left.
There's like a little slip road off to your left as you're approaching T1. Now we'll use where that starts as the brake marker. I think, pretty sure that's where the marker board was. Still 20.6 seconds. It's like it's locked there at that gap when I'm coming out of that corner. I cannot close in on Maloto. Eight minutes to go.
E14.
The gap is 20.6.
Incident in the chicane.
Uh-oh. There's an incident in chicane and the gap to Maloto suddenly plummeted. We've got 6 minutes. Are we going to get a chance? It's now just 10 seconds. No, because I'm going to have an incident in the chicane myself. Still be a tall ask, I think.
1.42.
10 seconds now. Can't count on Maloto to have 2 incidents. Unless he's got a car problem.
You've got 10 minutes of fuel remaining. There's an incident in turn 7. Looks like it's Wilson. The gap in front has increased. It's now about 11 seconds. Five minutes remaining. 5 minutes left.
Probably about 3 more laps. Gotta be careful, the car doesn't want to turn in anymore. If we want to go now, it's just destroyed markers at the side of a road. Maloto, we must have spurred him on. Maloto's actually pulling away.
White flag, mate.
Another incident in the chicane, I think. Firet going into the pits.
Sector 1 is 2.2.
Compared with his previous times, I can see that he's actually slower there.
Oh, I missed the brake marker because it's not there. I got away with it. Possibly 2 more laps. I'm not too sure. For once, I don't think the leader's been past
There's an
us.
incident in turn 6. It looks like Wilson.
Whoever Wilson is, he's having quite an exciting final end to the race. No, his car does not want to turn in. Well, Winspur's, I think the next car up the road, and he's been given a drive-through, so not got long to serve it, to be honest. I think you're better off serving a drive-through and taking it to the end of a race. That's his choice. He's in the pits. He's doing his serving his penalty.
2 minutes.
Probably a good idea.
Alright, man. The leader is on the final lap. Give it a final push.
No, I've not actually been lapped, which is quite rare for me. And my leader's on the final lap, so there's a chance I've got to do 2 more laps. More opportunities to try and overtake Malotto. Although he's moved away from me, actually. I think that whatever happened to him, it really spurred him on.
There's a white flag.
Well, he's really moved on, Malotto. Although I'm super cautious now. I don't want to. This place isn't particularly high up, but I don't want to lose it. And the car, the grip's really gone.
5 minutes of fuel remaining. 5 minutes.
So he's nearly back to the same gap, 17 seconds. So well done, Malotto. Oh, better be careful. Pescia's next up on the road. And when I was racing at Kailami in the Rex Cup, I just commented, "Oh, Pescia's just up ahead of me." It was a lap down, and he had an off, and he went across the grass. And I said, "Whatever you do, don't join right in front of me." And he pulled onto the track right in front of me. I only just avoided him. It was quite funny, but I'd prefer to not have the same thing happen again. I think I'm losing lots of time on this corner, not being sure where to brake. There we go, the leader's across the line now. So I can really take away something positive. I'm on the same lap as the leader. Didn't get lapped, which is not bad. But again, lessons taken away. Don't follow Nins with his brake duct advice. And make sure
Turn 3.
we definitely watch for figure out brake markers that are not boards, because I don't think any boards have survived this race. Luckily for nearly all the lap, I don't use the marker boards. I use curbs, or the starter curbs, the end of curbs, or where a road joins at the side. This one would be a difficult one if there was no marker boards here.
There's an incident in turn 1. We think it might be Crawford. We think P4's gone off in turn 2. P13. Okay, it's over. Good drive. There's an incident in turn 3. We think it might be Cohen.
Well, there you go. Okay, that was P14.
Looks like P3's gone off in turn 4.
Okay. Alright, well, thanks for watching. For next week, is going to be at the Hungaroring. So more practice. Hungaroring's very difficult, very, very twisty, very turny. So a challenging track. So we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching. See you next time.